Hi everyone. So Dancing Santa and I are here today to share this Lawn Fawn Rooftop Santa card, and we're going to use the mini string of lights, rooftop border, and ho ho holiday stamp and die set by Lawn Fawn. So let's get started with our little rooftop scene by inking up our background. So I'm going to start with some tumbled glass along the bottom of the card panel, and this is a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch sheet of Bristol cardstock, which is really smooth and it's nice for ink blending. And then I'm going to take Salty Ocean and fill in the rest of the card panel with that. And then around the edges, we're going to use some Chip Sapphire because we're trying to make it look like it's a magical little Christmas Eve sky. So we're going to have this nice blue glow in the center of the scene. And then we're going to have some dark blue edges, and we're going to darken it out even more by putting some black soot Distress Oxide ink around the edges, which is an effect that I just love, and I've been using it on a lot of cards lately, mostly for Halloween cards, but I think it also works nicely for nighttime scenes like this Christmas Eve scene we're making here. Now I'm taking some white gouache, mixing it with water, then I'm going to sprinkle it on our background to make a nice snowy evening. And those pieces on the bottom are the pieces for our rooftop. And now I understand there's a little guest who wants to walk you through this step of the project. So take it away, Santa. Excellent footwork, Santa. I definitely see a second career for you on Dancing with the Stars, perhaps in the off season during the summer. Anyway, let's get back to our card making. And here I'm taking the chimney die cut from the Rooftop border set, and I'm just adding some white gel pen to the areas where there would be the cement around the bricks or the grout or whatever you call that. And then I just put a piece of white sparkle paper on top of the chimney to look like snow. Now we're going to color in the little images that we're going to use for our rooftop, and we're going to have a little Santa, and he's going to be in a sleigh with one reindeer, and then we're going to fill up his sleigh with lots of presents and some little teddy bears and a choo-choo train and a little dolly, and then we're going to have Santa holding a nice list, so and his little bag of toys. So that's why we're coloring in all of these images. And for Santa, I'm just giving him a nice traditional red suit with a black belt. For his sled, we're going to color this sled in red because our roof is going to be in brown tones. I'll also show you another version of this card where the sleigh is colored in brown tones and the roof is gray. So you can kind of decide which color combination you like better there. For the metal part on the sleigh, I just use some yellow markers to look a little like gold, and then some cool grays along the blades of the sled. I'm going to give our little packages either red ribbons or green ribbons. I'm going to add some shading to the nice list with my gray copic marker, just to look like the list has been a little bit weathered, because I guess it's literally been weathered because Santa has it with him on this night when he has to visit every single house of every single good child in the world. So I bet that list is going to be pretty wrinkled up by the end of the night. For our little reindeer, I'm just using some traditional colors for him with my E40s markers. I'm going to color in our presents in some different rainbow colors. So we'll have a couple of yellow-green presents, a purple present, a turquoise present, a really bright hot pink present for a special little girl somewhere in the world. And then we'll have a yellow present, a little doll with blonde hair and a pink dress. And then our little teddy bears are going to be colored in 2 different shades of brown. And I'm going to show you a trick here for adding white highlights when you're not really sure what to do. So for me, what I like to do is to add little white dots to certain key points on the image. So here I'm going to add little white dots along the bows and along the ribbon. And as you see, it gives it a really nice look, just a little pop. On the little doll, I'll give her dress some polka dots. On the little gift bag, I'll put some polka dots on the twisty tie, some little dots on the reindeer's antlers and along his back. And that's just a real simple, easy way to just give your images a little bit of a pop of brightness when you're not quite confident enough to add little dashes or curved lines on different places on your images. So it's kind of like a nice little cheat, and I use this method often. Now I'm going to put the dies on top of our stamped images, run it through my die cut machine, and now we can start building our roof. And I'm using the die cuts from the Rooftop border for this. There are 2 die cuts with roof shingles in 2 different orientations, and the idea is that you layer them on top of each other so that they are staggered. And here, as you'll see, I made a mistake and I put 2 of the same oriented eaves together. So that was the wrong way, and I'm going to show you the right way on the gray card that I show at the end of this video. I don't think it makes much of a difference either way. It still looks pretty. There's a lot of detail on this card, so the recipient will never notice, but there is a right way and a wrong way, and I will show you the right way. Now I am taking the mini string of lights die, and I cut out the string of lights on some pixie dust cardstock by Fawn. And now I'm attaching the little lights, and I cut these out of Fawn cardstock in different colors. And the great thing about the lights is that the die comes so that there are 5 lights per die, so you can cut out 5 at a time. Of course, there'll have to be 5 of all the same color, but if you are mass producing cards with this die, then this comes in handy. So now I'm just going to apply a thin layer of glue along the back side of our little string of lights, and then I'm going to attach it to the rooftop. And the mini string of lights, there are 2 different versions of it. This is kind of the squiggly line version of the lights, and then there's another version where the lights just hang straight across. So depending on how you want your lights to lay on the roof, you have 2 options there. Now I'm attaching the roof, or not the roof, the chimney on top of the roof. We're going to have Santa popping out of the chimney, and all these little images are popped up on 1 layer of foam tape so that they stand up and away from the scene. I just thought that that gave it a nice dimensional look. So we have our sky in the background, and then we have our roof and all of our little characters kind of popping out towards the front. And I'm just going to load up Santa's sleigh as much as possible because he has lots of good little boys and girls across the world to visit on this Christmas Eve. And here he is ready to, I guess, descend the chimney to go deliver this present to a very good little boy or girl somewhere. Now that our scene is done, we're going to put it onto a white card base. This is an A2 size card base. And then this is probably my favorite detail on this whole card. We're going to make it look like there is snow on the roof by just taking our gel pen and adding lots of little dots. So I'm just dotting the gel pen on the page. I'm not writing or scribbling. These are all dots. And I just love the textured look that it gives by the end. It does take a little time. Probably took me 5 minutes to do this, but I think it's so worth it. And it just fits in perfectly with that snowy scene in the background. We're also going to add that snow detail to the sleigh as well. And then to Santa's little beard and to the rim of his hat. Now I'm going to put glossy accents over our little Christmas lights to make them look like they're glass. And I'm just loving how those look. And then some glossy accents to the little bells on the reindeer's collar. And that's it. So that is version 1 of our card. I also have another version where I use one of the wavy sentiments and one of the wavy banners. So that is this version. And this version also has the roof shingles applied correctly. So just look at how they kind of overlap and they're staggered. And then you can compare them to the card on the left where they're not staggered. But either way, I think they're kind of cute. So that's all I have for you today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you give these cards a try. I had so much fun making them, and I really enjoyed my little companion that I had through this video. So thanks so much, Dancing Santa. I'll see you and the rest of you again soon in the next video. Have a great day.